So let's talk about the best battery charger money can buy. So welcome to another video. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm talking about battery chargers and battery tenders. I was in the market for one, so I figured why not make a video and kind of discuss why I made the choice, my thoughts on the whole process, and a little bit of the research I did. Start out by saying battery chargers and battery tenders for normal cars, motorcycles, ATVs, whatever. I'm gonna be using the language of battery charger. I know that technically battery tender might mean something a little bit different, but the ones that I looked up, most of them were referred to by the company as battery chargers. Maybe the ones that you like are battery tenders, that's fine. The two big brands that I ended up focusing on was Deltran and CTEK. The Deltran was very, very popular. I think it's a very great product for the money. They make a large variety of different ones, from just basic trickle charge to, you know, a reconditioning type of charger and tender, I think. So that one was one of the ones that I was originally gonna decide on, and I was very, very close to getting it, but I didn't end up getting it. I got the CTEK 7002, and I am super pumped about my decision, so let me go grab it. So this is the CTEK 7002, guys. This thing is pretty much the nicest battery charger you can buy. And there might be a couple other ones that are in this, you know, $100 price range or so, but this is definitely one of the nicest. If you just bought this after no research whatsoever, I wouldn't fault you, because this is very, very good. Good reviews, very popular, and there's a lot of reasons why this, I think, is gonna be one of the best ones you can buy. Okay, so let's get into exactly why I got this over a Deltran. And one of the reasons is because this is used in high-end cars. It's used in Porsche, it's used in Ferrari, McLaren, even Corvettes. A lot of higher-end vehicles have these and trust these. So why not use the best for my vehicles? Why not? That was one of the big reasons that I chose this. The Deltran is very good. This is not a video on why Deltrans are crap and these are not. I know that they're very good too, and they're a little bit more affordable, and they're very popular. So don't freak out in the comments and explain to me why this one is not good and Deltrans are better for the money. I wanted the best. I was willing to pay for this, and this is an awesome product from everything I've read. Later in the video, I'm gonna go about installing it, and then another video in the future, I'm gonna do more of a longer term review and thoughts on the process. Another big reason why I went with the 7002 by CTEK is because of the 8-stage charging procedures instead of 5 or 6 or even 4 in some cases, where the cheaper batteries just charge it up and they say that they monitor the batteries and they really don't. Either it keeps the battery level charged and it just runs the charge continuously, or it just turns off. So either way, those aren't really battery chargers. They just charge them up and leave them. I know that they all don't do that, but some of them do if they're very cheap. If it's like a $20 or $30 battery tender, I would stay away from those if you can. So I'm not gonna go into all 8 modes on this thing. It has a little description on the back, and you can always YouTube it or go on their site. I don't know them, I don't memorize them, and not all of the descriptions mean that much to me. But all I know is 8 is greater than 4, so that's probably good. 2 of the modes specifically do mean something to me, and those are the float and pulse modes. Those are very vital to make sure that it's not continuously bringing current through the battery, and also bringing a continuous current when necessary as part of these 8 steps. I'm probably not explaining that as best as I could. Go to their website. Honestly, this is not paid. This is not anything like that. It's just something that I've done a lot of research and I'm really excited to use. So I want to give you some insight on why I chose it. So another reason why I went with this thing is because it's guaranteed for 5 years. It's water resistant, it's approved outdoors, it's dust proof. I mean, almost anything else you can think of. There's like a video of a guy running over it in his car on their website. So I don't plan on doing any crazy things with that. It's pretty much just gonna be hooked up to the car and hooked up to the wall in my garage. Nothing special. Another cool thing, if you don't know what you're doing, this could be nice because you can't screw it up. It's shock proof and it has reverse polarity, which pretty much means if you touch these 2 connectors together, shocks won't occur and you won't get electrocuted. Or if you put the black on the red and the red on the black, you hook them up improperly, it won't add charge to the battery. It won't do anything. It'll give you a little error message in one of these lights and just say, you didn't do it right, it's not gonna work. So that's also nice. Hopefully I'm smart enough that I don't need to worry about that feature, but for those of you who are worried about hooking it up wrong, this will pretty much prevent you from screwing up your car. So anyways, let's just open this up real quick before we go out to the garage. Okay, so here we are. Let's look at the tender itself. There's a close-up. You know, I can grab it with two hands. It's not tiny. You know, you can't pocket it or anything like that. But it's a normal, it's a decent size. You could probably fit this in your glove box if you really wanted to. Plug for the wall, plug for the main connection. And what's nice is they give you two choices. You can use the clamps, which I'll be using. I only plan to let my car sit for, you know, anywhere from 2 days to maybe a week or so. I don't go much longer than that just by my driving habits, and I don't fully winterize. And then this is just a more permanent connection. Obviously, you can screw these onto the connections, and that's it. You can leave it, but I won't be using this because it's obviously more permanent. It does come with directions and a nice bag, so that's great. So I think that's it for the unboxing. Let's head outside. It's probably gonna be another day that I'm doing this because it's really cold and it's really dark right now. So if I'm wearing a different outfit, that's why. All right guys, different day. As I mentioned, I actually just went to the gym and still in shorts, so it's in the 30s, but actually something that's kind of cool. I pulled the car in here, driving it today, so of course the engine's warm, so it sort of warms up the garage a little bit, so it's not as unbearable as I thought it would be. Got the car backed in here, plugged in the battery tender directly into the wall, of course, and the next step here is just going to be connecting it to the terminal. You can connect it to the battery, which is in the trunk in my 335i, or you can connect it to the front main connection terminal. That seems a little bit easier, so I don't have to have my trunk open or partially open at least. So this will be a little bit easier and cleaner, I think. All right guys, really simple. Pop this guy off. Positive right on there. And you can connect it to the negative terminal, or on my 335i, I actually have this thing right here. There's the camera focusing. This is the negative terminal you can use, or I think you can use the negative terminal on the battery as well. So let's just hook that right there. Positive, negative, and here's the plug. All I'm gonna do is just plug this thing right in. So I have it here, and I'm actually gonna change it from normal to snowflake mode, which is used in less than 41 degrees, 41 degree temperature, which is pretty much gonna be tonight and for the next several days. So I'm gonna put that on snowflake mode. And as you can see, it's starting the first cycle. There we go, bump into the second one. So obviously the battery is charged. There's not really any issues. I've never had issues, but this is more for preventative measures. Actually guys, one last thing before I close the hood here. I ended up putting these sort of flush with where the top of the hood's gonna close, because if it's vertical like it was originally, I can't really close the hood. And then this is in a spot where it's not sticking up far enough that the hood's gonna hit. I know actually kind of at this angle it looks like it, but it's there's a cutout in the hood, and I just tested it, so no worries there. So let's just down one click. Not gonna close it all the way, guys. And that's how it's gonna sit. Nothing really different here, except for there's a cord hanging out, and yes, I do know it is against the paint. The crazy detailing people are gonna be freaking out, but it's just barely against it and it's not gonna move, so I'm okay with that. For everyone else, you probably think I'm psychotic for even thinking that this can scratch the paint, but it can. So anyways, no worries there. Cord going along and it's plugged up there. So that's how you do it, guys. I got the CTEK 7002. Gonna hook this bad boy up for the next 2 days or so. Hopefully I don't get any, you know, crazy codes or anything like that. It's just really a trickle charger, so I shouldn't have an issue. Like I said, it's very well made. It's made for, you know, higher end cars. I shouldn't really have a problem at all, but I will give you kind of my thoughts and experiences if anything relevant comes up in the next couple of days, or the next couple of uses rather. And by the way, the lighting in here isn't so bad. I think part of the issue before was my old camera did not have, you know, the automatic white balance and focus and ISO and all that stuff. So geez, I mean, if I did detailing, you guys could totally see pretty much everything I'm doing. You know, I sorry to make you dizzy here, but I'm just noticing that, you know, I'm much happier with the result. You know, obviously I do have some shadows going on, and kind of standing in this corner I get some shadows. I'm totally like swinging you guys around here. Super pumped. This thing's going good. I'm, you know, that much less concerned about the car sitting. That's really the biggest issue. Like I said, I don't fully winterize this vehicle, and the reason is just because I firmly believe that cars are meant to be driven. And if you let them sit, even if you fully winterize them properly, you know, put them on jack stands or over air the tires or put whatever, you know, I don't want to do that. Last year, it did not snow very much. We got like maybe 4 different storms that were not even that much snow. So I pretty much drove it between 1 and like 3 to 4 times a week. Fully warmed it up, drove it to work as long as it was dry, and that's fine. The only problem is that I've got summer tires on. They're pretty much like rocks when it's 30 degrees out, so I'm not doing any performance oriented driving. Totally rambling at this point. I also think I should mention that by the time this video goes up, it's gonna be more. I passed 1,000 subscribers. Sweet, thank you so much for subscribing and commenting. I've been digging through the comments lately. Everyone's pretty good. A couple of people have very, very firm advice that they like to give me, but that's okay. That's how detailing is, and I understand. If you stuck around for this long, I think if I am gonna ramble, I'll just save it to the end of the video. That way you can just close it and you got the important stuff. So I'm not gonna try to reel you in and make you stay unless you really want to, but that's it here in my garage. Things are trickling. That was stupid. Things are staying charged up. Things are staying clean. Things are staying dry. I'll be driving the Jeep for the next couple of days. And by the way, if you did see my 10 things I hate about my Jeep video, looking at the comments, people are mad. I knew that that would happen, but I'm probably gonna be doing a 10 things I love, or why this car is awesome, or why this is the best 4-wheel drive system ever, or whatever. I'll think of something fun to do. I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something. I'll give you my thoughts in the future, as I said, and subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you guys next time. It's freaking pitch black, and you can still see me. Camera is